What's good, homies? Welcome back to another episode of our West Tigers rebuild series. So before we get into today's game, the transfer window has opened up and it has been a nightmare for us. I kind of saw this coming looking at the contracts last season. We had 5 players out of contract and our first priority was to re-sign our captain, and I did that. I re-signed Elijah Taylor. That then left us with about 190k left in the cap, and we still had some pretty important players out of contract, and that was Tim Grant and Sawaso Su. Now of course they wouldn't take the offer. As you can see here, Tim Grant will be leaving us to go and play for the Newcastle Knights next season, and Sawaso Su will be leaving to play for the Sea Eagles. So with the remaining cap, we just went ahead and re-signed our young prop, Alex Twell. So our opponent for today are the St. George Illawarra Dragons, the defending premiers. We did meet them earlier in the season, just a few rounds ago actually, back in round 8, where we beat them quite comfortably, 28 points to 16. Looking at their current position on the ladder, they're 13th in the league, and it looks like they've found a bit of form coming into this match, riding a 3-game winning streak. Alright, so we're going to start off with the Dragons in attack as we make the kickoff. Fielded by McInnes, sends it out to Paul Vaughan, who bumps off one, and then he gets driven backwards. On the first here for the Dragons, as they go left to Hunt, Hunt sends it out to Nightingale, who gets around one, and he powers his way to their 30. Second tackle as they go back to Hunt, he sends it out to Paul Vaughan, gets the flick pass away to Cameron McInnes, and he's pretty much pulled down where they started the tackle. As they go out the back to Woodip, tries to throw a cutout ball and it's going to get intercepted by Idris as we race away for our, I think that's our first interception try in this game. I know for sure I've thrown a few interceptions, but I don't really remember being on the receiving end or scoring off one. As we take another look on the replay, for those of you that are wondering, this is pre-patch. Our first game post-patch in career mode will be on Monday's episode. As for my initial thoughts on the patch, I will be making a video tomorrow hopefully. I did have a few games like right after the patch came out, and I saw nothing but good signs, good things happening, and then I had a few more games and then I started to notice a few errors and a few glitches started to happen, especially after I simulated a game. But yeah, that's a topic for another video. I'll eventually get around to making that. As Packer gets absolutely hammered there, ball scooped up by Marquetto, and he's going to get pulled down inside our 10. As they deliver a short ball to Woodip, and he's just going to take it to the line. On the first here, as they use quick hands to try and get it out to their winger, but it's going to be McDonald who gets wrapped up, still just outside our try line. Second tackle, a looping ball out to Woodip, he links up with Host, and it's going to be Host getting held up under the posts. They send that up to the bunker, but we're going to skip all that. They do get the red lights. He was clearly on his back, and apparently during that looping pass we touched the ball or something, because the tackle count did reset. As they send it out to Woodip this time, second tackle, and he's going to get that drop down try animation or struggle tackle animation, whatever it's called. It's the cheese pushover try. As you can see here, he grounds the ball, and he's going to score St. George Illawarra's first points of the game. I say cheesy, but it doesn't really happen that often to me. Well, at least I don't think it does, as they get the green lights, and it's going to be Gareth Woodip from right in front to push their lead out to 6. And as you'd expect, he converts the 4 into 6 and ties the game up. Alright, so we're 20 minutes in attack, third tackle. We're going to test their right edge as we throw an interception, and David Nofuoluma absolutely levels Gareth Woodip, who knocks the ball on. Alright, so the scrum will be just inside our 40. As we feed the scrum here, get it out to Reynolds. Reynolds gets it out to Lolohea, who goes through the gap, but he's going to get pulled down from behind, just past halfway. As we go short, out the back to Taylor, fends off one, and he's going to get wrapped up on their 30. As we transition to the fourth, inside their 10, we attack their left edge with Reynolds, puts it on the toe, and we're going to score our second try of the game, thanks to a pretty big individual effort by Josh Reynolds. Just pokes one in behind the line. I was trying to get it out to our outside backs, but we managed to regather it ourselves and score the second try of the game. As Lolohea takes the shot, 20 out, 12 in, and it's a beautiful kick as we go up by a converted try. Approaching the 30th minute mark as we send it short to Packer, or inside our 20, goes on a massive run past our 30. Second tackle as we attack the short side through Nofualuma, and he's going to get pulled down just inside our 40. Back on the fourth here, as we go to Josh Reynolds, he sends it to McQueen as we break the line with a fend, and we're going to race away for the third try of the game. It's just literally looking too easy at the moment. It didn't even feel like veteran at this point. As we take another look at the try here, and it was just quick hands out to McQueen. He manages to fend off a defender. Then we just cut outside man who dove way too early. Up by 10 points, looking to make it 12 with Lolo Hair. And it's another beautiful strike as we hit it down the middle, and we're going to go into the break with a 12-point lead. As we look at the halftime stats here, and it's actually closer than I thought, but the scoreboard would suggest otherwise. I actually remember this being a pretty cruisy half, and usually when I'm like that, I usually tend to just to slack off in the second. I tried to remain focused in this game, but I guess we'll see coming up. Alright, second half with the Dragons in attack to start things off. And it's going to be Host getting wrapped up just past their 20. First tackle, they go short to Hunt, who takes it to the line, and he pays the ultimate price as he gets smashed and loses the ball. So that puts us in a great position to attack here as we try and soak up the numbers using the overlap, but we're going to get pulled down off Nofualuma. Still inside their 20 though, with a few tackles up our sleeve. We're going to send it to Idris, who takes it to the line, and he's going to get double teamed and driven backwards. On the second here, as we send it to Packer, running onto it, gets it out to Brooks. Brooks links up with Reynolds, and Reynolds gets smashed in the tackle. Back on the fourth, and it's literally the same play, but heading towards the other side. This time it's Brooks getting smashed in the tackle. As we send it to Reynolds on the last, puts up a bomb. It's pretty deep, but we have Naingama chasing, and he's going to pull it down for our fourth try of the game. As we check out the replay, honestly, it was pretty much a Hail Mary kick. It wasn't a great kick either, it went too deep. But thankfully Naingama had the ability to get above, I think that's Jason Nightingale there. I never get sick of those tries, watching them run onto the ball as they make the catch. That's one of the areas in the game that they've really impressed me, is the contest for high balls. From the lead up to the finish, it's super smooth and it's personally one of my favorite aspects of the game. As the siren sounds here at Jubilee Oval, we defeat the St. George Illawarra Dragons 24 points to 6, snapping their 3-game winning streak. Overall, it was a pretty dominant performance, I think. Our defense was pretty solid. You didn't get to see much of it because it's pretty boring to watch, but it was pretty solid. We kept them scoreless in the second half. It was one of our more well-rounded performances. As we take a look at the full-time match stats here, and it's going to be Grub Reynolds picking up man of the match. The game itself gave 3 of our players a triple-digit player rating, so that's pretty cool to see. I'm not sure if that's the first time or not, but yeah, we're going to end it on the individual player stats for you guys to have your say and cast your votes. And as always, drop that like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Feeling like I'm fresh out booze. If they want the drama, got the ooze. Ship the whole crew to the cruise.